The Montreal Canadiens made a whole bunch of changes, and they will be without one of the faces of their franchise right now, and Shea Weber. Battled through the postseason, played through pain, and it doesn't look as if we're going to see Shea Weber this season, or maybe even again. Or maybe there's hope. Maybe he shows up later in the season or shows up in time for the playoffs. I think his career is done as far as I'm concerned, but I could be totally wrong with Shea Weber. I mean, we're still kind of waiting on pins and needles to see what the Canadiens will officially say, but everyone's expecting him to be on LTIR. How much do you think the loss of Shea Weber for this coming season and possibly beyond will affect this team going forward? Do you see any chance that the Canadiens will have him back on the ice in any capacity?
It's going to be a huge loss. The players all talk about what Shea Weber means in the room and how he's sort of the dad figure to the young players and the respect that all the players have for him. I thought he played his best hockey by far as a Canadian during the playoffs. It's remarkable when you find out all the injuries that he was trying to battle his way through. The fact Marc Bergevin said in his most recent Zoom conference that he's not going to name an interim captain this season to replace Weber makes me believe that they're hoping he can come back, maybe in the playoffs, sort of like what we saw the situation last year in Tampa. But I think right now nobody knows. I don't even think Shea Weber knows. I mean, he was so beat up at the end of last season and the pain he must have played through. He was probably like, okay, and I can't do this anymore, man. I'm done. And but maybe, as the season goes on and if his body starts to heal and he starts missing being around the guys and starts missing, being part of the team and the NHL lifestyle and whatnot, maybe he'll decide, maybe I do want to give it another shot and come back, maybe try and get ready for the playoffs. But right now, I think he doesn't even know. I mean, he's he's a family guy. He's a chance now to spend a lot of time at home with his wife and kids and sort of maybe forget about hockey a little bit and just work on healing his body. The pain that he was able to play through is admirable, but he's also paying a huge price for it now. There's probably games he should have sat out. I mean, if you look back, he played 25 games on a broken foot a few years ago, which led to all the problems he's had since then with his foot. But he's going to be a huge loss, and I would be surprised if we see him back in the regular season. It obviously gives the Canadiens that salary cap relief from his contract, which is over $7 million. But I think as the season goes on, Weber, he's the only one who knows, and I don't think he knows for sure. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see him back in the playoffs, and I also wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play again because he might just enjoy the time at home with his wife and kids and say, you know what, I got more money than I can ever spend. My body's starting to feel better. There's other things in life. I want to play golf or spend time playing with my kids and whatnot, and I'm done. So I don't think anybody knows right now, including Shea Weber, what's going to happen there.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's a workhorse. The amount of minutes that he logged per game, that's going to be huge for the Montreal Canadiens to try and fill those minutes. And also the way he is in the locker room. He's a natural born leader. Everyone really likes having him in the locker room. A lot of, young players have learned so much from having Shea Weber as their teammate or as their captain. So that's going to be another void that they're going to have to fill there. But I think if they would have went on to win the Stanley Cup, I think for Shea Weber, it maybe would have been easier to walk away from the game knowing that you accomplished your ultimate goal. The fact that they haven't, he's, very beat up at the moment. He's got to give his body time to heal. I think he's maybe just not ready to make this decision yet, that he wants to see if he's able to come back and leave the game on his own terms rather than it be in a different way. So I am hopeful that eventually down the line towards maybe the end of the season that Shea Weber can come back and decide to finish or maybe continue to play, find a way to continue to play. He is 36 years old and a player who is very physical. So that's going to be hard. But I really just hope that he's able to leave this game on his own terms. I think that's something that's very important.
Yeah, and I don't think he can replace Shea Weber. He's just that kind of guy that you'd love to have on your team and on and off the ice. We can't say enough about him, but the main point here is quality of life. If he has some injuries that are that bad, I'm not totally sold that he's completely done for the year. But if there's some things there that are going to create long-term pain for him moving forward, I think that he'll obviously have the last decision on hanging up the skates. But I don't believe that he's done yet. I think that there's still maybe an opportunity with time that he's going to improve some of these things. Maybe will recover to the point where he thinks that he can step back in there. He misses the game and it's not going to do further damage on a permanent basis to his body. Then, obviously he would be just a great guy to have back in their dressing room. But there's too much questions that are happening out there as far as just how bad is all of this stuff that everybody's talked about. But I think that don't write him off yet. He's a competitor. He still loves the game, but time will tell.
Yep. We're just going to have to wait and see when it comes to Shea Weber. Let us know in the comments section below if you think it's over for Shea Weber as a Montreal Canadien, if he's just going to be on LTIR, or whether you have hope he'll be back for the playoffs. And maybe the Canadiens will have pulled a Tampa Bay Lightning. A lot of people are still kind of salty about the Nikita Kucherov thing.
Really?
Anyway. Yeah, really.
Never heard that.
They didn't break any rules.
Anyway, let's not anger the Canadiens fans even more. Visit hockeyinsideout.com to check out our full episode. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, montrealgazette.com/newsletters.